In your spoken English batch, now we will start our group discussion. The topic is the role of imagination in creativity. So let's start.
So, good evening, everyone. Sam has already given us the topic. The topic is the role of imagination in creativity. So, the imagination plays a vital role in creativity, and I think that we can't define or we can't describe imagination, what is imagination, by a word or a sentence. All we can tell that our whole world is made of imagination. Like when a inventor tries to invent something, at first he imagine it, then he give it a life, or then he try to do it in real shape. Like when a statue maker uh, start starts sculpting, then he at first imagine the structure of the statue, then he notes down it, and then he makes a real statue. Thus the imagination works. When like there is another example, when we try to remember a thing from our textbook or some books, then it is very hard for our brain to remember all the things at once. But if we try to imagine it, and if we try to explain it to ourselves, then it will be very easy for us to remember. And thus imagination plays a vital role in our life. And in the creativity, we can tell when a author tries to write something, he first imagine how to write it and what to write. It creates a fantastic bond between the reader and the author. How it describes the situation is the only way the reader can observe the situation and can understand the whole feelings by imagination. When a reader starts to read a book, he is reading, but still he or she is imagining the whole thing in her mind or brain, and thus we tries to improve our creativity by imagining it. So I think that it is a vital thing to imagine. Yes.
So, the topic is the role of imagination in creativity. So, in one sentence, creativity is the practical transformation of imagination. Like in ancient times, ancient people at first they imagine that, like when fire was invented, they at first imagine that the fire will come by rubbing two stones, and after that they transform it into practical life. From the very first time, we have to first imagine the thing, then we can give it a life. When a person recite a poem or something, at first they have to imagine that what is the scenario of the thing, to place ourselves in that situation, and we have to imagine the whole scenario, then we can create anything. Like when we, as Sucharita told, that when we read something from the book, we can't remember all the proper words line by line, but we create a scenario in our mind, we create an imagination that the thing is like that. In the exam, we can write a brief of this imagination, and from that, it is also creativity. We are writing an answer in the exam. So we are, at first we have to imagine very properly, then we can be creative in our life. That's it.
Yes, I totally agree with this topic that imagination plays a vital role in creativity. Because to create something, at first we have to imagine this in our mind. Just take the imagination as a primary memory. Suppose we want to do something, at first we think about that thing, that what kind of things we will do in it, and after that, after all the experiments, when it's proper, then we save it in the secondary memory, and the secondary memory is the experiment result. At first we do the experiment, and after that, as a result of this, we get the final conclusion. And I think without imagination, uh, no invention is possible, because to invent something, at first we have to think about that in our mind. In the case of reading storybooks, when we read a story, we imagine the characters in our brain, that what kind of things are happening. We play all the roles in our brain. This is imagination. And in our brain we imagine all the things, all the possibilities, that what kind of things may happen. And in this way, we sometimes we create new things. And for writing a story also, we need to think the characters in our brain, that what kind of things will happen. And after that, after finalization, we write all the things in our notebook. Then the story is complete. But without thinking about the story, that what kind of things will happen, after that we think about the wrong and right incidents, that this is proper and this is not proper. We think all the things. This is our imagination, and in our imagination we think all the possibilities, and after that we create a story. So for inventing something, to create something new, we need to think about that, and this is imagination. So I think without imagination nothing is possible. If we want to, I agree with this opinion topic, because whenever we try to do something new, we cannot do without a plan. And plan belongs to the creativeness in your mind. Without creativity or imagination, you cannot create something new. Like in the past time, no one uh, can imagine that human can go to the moon or to the other planets. But now it's possible because someone uh, imagine this kind of thing, and he try to make this thing happen in real life. So maybe he don't get success in first try, but he keep trying and execute the logic behind it, and make a foolproof plan to execute it. So without imagination, you cannot get creativity, and without creativity, you cannot create new things. So that's my opinion.
So the statement is very logical. Imagination plays a vital role in the creativity, because without imagination, individual cannot represent their creativity among the people. Suppose uh, a person is going to draw a picture. So before drawing, he will make out the total picture of that drawing in his mind. Suppose uh, a person is going to create a sculpture of a great man. So before making the sculpture, the person will make out the texture of the great man in their mind. Suppose a girl is going to sing a song. So before singing the song, before representing her song, make out that where he will uh, where her vocal note will be high, where her vocal note will be low, and where he will make some halt before going to the next line. So, in this way, imagination imagination plays a vital role in creativity.
So you have told very nicely. The topic is the role of imagination in creativity. Definitely, imagination lies on creativity. What is creativity? Any type of invention. You have already mentioned earlier, all scientists invented so many things and still they are going on with, they are going ahead with their work of experiment to invent so many things, and they have already imagined what they are going to invent, without which they will not be able to invent anything. Before invention, they are getting the picture in their mind. That is the imagination. Imagination means when you are going to do anything. Suppose we are learning so many knowledge, we are gathering so many knowledge from so many books written by so many great scholars. We are knowing so many facts, so many with the teachers and so many scholars. We are getting education in this way. And after that, when we are going to apply the education, that will be in our own way. That is called creativity. When we are going to apply that, before applying, we are thinking. That is imagination. How to apply, how to be unique. Everybody is doing the same thing, but I am also going to do the same thing in other way. That is unique way. Nobody will not follow this. So how to apply? And that is to imagine. Before applying, we are imagining the what will be the picture of my application, and after that we are trying to do that according to the image which we have drawn in our mind earlier. Suppose so many persons are learning dancing on a special choreograph, repeatedly practicing, and then they are creating something new. In so many cases, those who are preparing any idol in the time of puja, the Durga image, those who are preparing with the clay and straw structure, before creating, they first imagine how the idol will be looked or displayed. Will it be very beautiful or not? That they are imagining. After that, they are starting to build the image. I am teaching guiding students in English. So everybody is guiding, and what I am guiding, it is already written in the book. But I am always thinking the procedure. I am always inventing the procedure, how to give the guideline in a unique way. And that will be my new creation to invent the procedure. And before inventing the procedure, I am thinking about that, and that is imagination. So, in all respect, without imagination, creativity is not possible. And if there is no creativity, you will not get success in any field. That's all.